to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka Hey You Get Off My Lawn, aka Kris, you're being creepy again. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and just about everything under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. So, first time viewers, be warned. If you want to keep the conversation on the hobby side of things, be sure to ask your questions in the chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can always ask your questions to Kris at wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below, as well as a link to wayofthebrush.com. Central hub of all this silliness has the links to all the social medias, as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. And of course, it also has links for t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world? They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, because it's nice to put a name to the face and a face to the name. Just lots of fun, you know? Again, it's lots of fun. It's all about having fun, right? That's what hobbies are about, aren't they? Something like that? I don't know. Also at wayofthebrush.com, you'll find links for Patreon. Huge thank you to all my patrons. Without your support, these videos and this channel, everything like that, would not be able to continue to do what it is that I do. And so a huge thank you to all my patrons for their continued support, and all you brand new ones. Also on YouTube, the join feature has also been engaged, and you know, all it takes is a click, and of course I try to keep it a little bit different from the Patreon, but you know, check it all out. You know, click whatever makes sense to you. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, ringing the bell, blah 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 blah, all helps as well. And it all takes a couple clicks of a button, and you're helping me out a great deal. So a huge thank you to everybody who takes the time to do that as well. Big thank you to Carl, Gamir Alfer, Beer and Blood Bowl. It's a YouTube channel. Check it out. If you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl. Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingles that play before the email segment of the show. And so always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro outro music that plays at the beginning and end of the show. So always much love to my baby bro Evan. And if you're into rare comics, Rare EB Comics, it's in the description below. Check it out. Or you can follow him on Instagram if you like looking at beefy dudes. And if you're looking for some inspiration on being beefy. I don't know, if being beefy and beef dudes, if you're into beef dudes, there we go. That's it right there. If you're all about the beef dudes, Fire Drake, it's about to start. I'm so excited. Yay! Ghost Starman Deluxe. Monkey time. It is monkey time. Fire Drake, gasp, it's him. Oh my god. Hi, Starman. Fire Drake, I wonder if he'll take off his shirt. A little preview of his OnlyFans. No, you can't do that on YouTube and Twitch, because I don't know. They got these like terms of service thing, and so it's like, you know. Now, I asked this question in the Discord a couple days ago. Everybody in the Discord may or may not remember. Why is it that on Twitch, which does not, you know, seem to promote, well, it promotes it, but it doesn't want, you know, a lot of adultish type of activity, yet it fully encourages the hot tubs and the large-chested ASMR streamers? I have no issues with ASMR and, you know, people partaking in it and enjoying it and, you know, getting something from it. But why does it seem like all the ASMR streamers are all big-chested? I see it like because I get it. I mean, I get it. And I mean, I'm not opposed to big-chested ASMR streamers. I'm just wondering, why is that the trend? And why is it like when I see it on Twitch, you know, they're all large-chested women. You know what I mean? Like, if ASMR is all about the auditory experience, then why is it, you know, why is it large-chested women? big boobs is what I'm saying for everybody out there. It's like, why is it? What's large chested? Like, are they got like big rib cage? No, I'm talking about they got big boobs. They got big boobs. Now, again, I'm not opposed to women having big boobs. In fact, I'll take it a little further. I'm okay with big boob women. Again, like I said, as I prefaced these episodes, Kris, you're being creepy again. Yes, there we go. Kim, yo. Goes to Starman. Converting Chaos Space Marines today. What else is, what's everyone else up to? What is everyone else up to? Yeah. I mean, other than talking about large-chested ASMR streamers. And the hot tub thing, what is the deal? Because I mean, like, I seen one of the thumbnails, because, you know, I mean, as I'm like Twitch, like navigating around Twitch, it's kind of a pain. It's a pain. And finding something that you're looking for is kind of a pain. And discoverability is kind of horrible on Twitch if you're not already found somebody, right? And so, like, it can take a long time for you to discover somebody. So, for example, like, if we're all, you know, into miniature painting and everything like that, and it can take forever before you find a streamer who's doing what you like. It could be a while, and like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if somebody's offering something, you should, if you are fit that demographic, the algorithm should automatically send it to you, even if it's brand new. It's the first episode, whatever, bang, and you're like, oh, this is what I'm into. Thank you. You know what I mean? And I spend very little time on Twitch, very little. Like, when I am in the mood for a live stream, there's a few that I tune into, and really that's about it. Otherwise, yeah, I stream a lot of times. If I am streaming something on Twitch, like, not personally, but I mean, if I'm watching something, it's Bob Ross. There's a Bob Ross channel on there. I tune in. They only do it on the weekends, so, you know, but that's fine, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, most of my viewing time, I think I have, like, you know how, like, in Twitch you have, like, the channel points for how long you've been watching and everything like that. I have, like, I think 30,000 viewer points or something like that. It's 20 something thousand. It's like damn near 30,000 points. It's just kind of crazy. Scott Radum. Oh man, when I fired this up, I got and started. Stop running on the treadmill every day. Deal. No idea what the rest of the ad was, but the message really hit home for me. I don't know. Fire Drake. I don't understand. Is Kris getting a hot tub stream? Well, I mean, the possibilities of doing a hot tub stream, I mean, are there. We could do one. I don't know how many of you weirdos are going to tune in for that, but I mean, we could. I don't know if anybody really wants to tune in to me sitting in the hot tub. I don't know. Ghost of Starman. We really got onto titties quick today. Well, I mean, you know, I'm always like 2 steps away from talking about boobs. You know, any conversation, yeah. We can be talking about Warhammer. I'll talk about boobs. We could be talking about fixing cars, boobs. We could talk about death in the family, boobs, right? So, you know, I'm always like 2 steps away from it. So, you know. I've got nothing else. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest with each other, and I like being perfectly honest with people, I don't know if that is a fault or a flaw, but yeah, I like being honest, and I like when people are honest with me, and yeah. Kim, I'm painting the Scions of the Flame warband for the older Warcry box. Cool. Yeah, I seen those on Discord. Yeah, the little duders with the flames on them. Yeah, very cool. Fire Drake, I almost unsubscribed if he disrespected big boobs. Big boobs is the road to world peace. I can get behind that. Yeah. Or in front of it? No. But yeah, I'm sure. You know, I mean, Big boobs, little boobs, boobs that climb on rocks. Yeah, like it's all good. It's all good. Fire Drake. Hold on, Coma. We gotta sort out the titty situation before we get to the hobby stuff. We gotta be clear on what our stance is on boobs. And everyone, feel free to chime in, even if you're not into boobs. If you are into boobs, if you know what I mean, like it's completely wide open. You know, feel free. I don't know why it got suddenly warm down here. Watching, I was catching a little bit of this new show on Netflix. The wife likes, it's October, right? So scary stuff. It's horror film time, and fuck, what is it called? Some paranormal shit. 28 days in the house or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I don't really go in for paranormal stuff. I mean, it's, if you really want my thoughts sometime, I'll share them. Ghost of Starman, we 100% need a hot tub stream. We need the Swedish Chef stream too. Solution is obvious. Kill two birds with one stone and do a Swedish Chef hot tub stream. I think I would probably get a copyright strike for using the Swedish Chef IP, which is unfortunate. Unless, of course, I just simply dressed up like the Swedish Chef. But I don't sport the mustache, so I can't dye it red. But mind you, though, since I'm all clean shaven now, could just get like a glue on thing and just not glue on, but sticky on. Not that I want to glue it on like a toupee or something like that. Are there face toupees? Is there such a thing as a face toupee? A toupee for your face? For the facially challenged? Is that a term? Facially challenged? Excuse me, sir. Are you facially challenged? Is that going to be the term for ugly people? Facially challenged? Oh shit. Fire Drake. Wouldn't mind seeing some Kris soup stream. I'm not weird or anything. No, of course not, Fire Drake. I believe you. Yeah, I don't know about a hot tub stream. I mean, like, it sounds like a lot of fun, but when I start really kind of getting into my head about, sitting in a soup of my own juices, the idea really quickly turns me off of hot tubs. I don't really do a lot of hot tubbing. It's not like the kind of thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta hit the hot tub. Like, oh, I gotta sit in my pool of my own juices. Same with like sitting in the bathtub. Now, I enjoy a good swim and, swimming around a pond, lake, swimming pool, that kind of thing, right? A way to stay cool. I enjoy that. Sitting in a hot tub in the summertime or even in mild winters or mild weather, sitting in cold and then jumping into a freezing pool sounds like a good way to, get the blood pumping, of course. But yeah, I'm more of a sauna kind of person. I mean, I can sit in a sauna and just sit there and just sweat it all out, right? Especially like after a hangover, you crap the booze out, go for a sauna, and then, go for a quick swim, and then, you're right as rain again, right? So that's some hangover tips for y'all too, by the way. Crap the booze out, go for a sauna, go for a quick dip, shower, and you're good to go. All that takes about maybe 30 minutes. Less than if you're quick about it. Bet you didn't all know that we were doing hangover tips today. Sophie Wiley, there she is. Afternoon, evening, all little late today. No, that's fine. Fire Drake. Sophie's here, so shh about the path to world peace. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think. Like I said, like it talking about Sophie, if you missed it, which I'm going to assume you did, we were talking about boobs and how, basically the path to world peace is through boobs. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. If there was more boobs and moobs, Depending which way you go, sure. World peace, right? As long as everybody can get on the same page. Boobs of any size. Small, medium, large, extra large, supersized. Sounds like McDonald's order. Can I get the McBoob? Sophie, what's going on? Kris planning to make his special brownies in the hot tub? Hoof. No, that doesn't sound right at all. Making special brownies in a hot tub. That sounds like just shitting in the pool. If anybody asks, what'd you do, Kris? Oh, I'm making special brownies. Fucking little Mars bar floating by. Snickers, whatever. Imagine whatever candy bar you want to imagine. It's just bloop, bloop, bloop. If you've watched Caddyshack, the first Caddyshack, immediately you know what I'm talking about. Fire Jake, we're planning Kris path to OnlyFans. It involves Swedish chefs and hot tubs. Yeah, you know, again, I mean, it's a possibility. Didn't we pick up a chef's hat one time? See, the problem is that I got a big fat melon. And so, like, whenever I go to, like, you know, Halloween or any kind of costume place, I gotta find a fucking hat that fits. And even a ridiculously oversized hat like the chef hat, it doesn't fit. Like, the what is that called? The brim or whatever? It sits, like, on the very top of my head. Like, my head is gigantic. It's gigantic. I remember that old video game, Bonk? That's me. I'm Bonk. And I look like Bonk now. Bonk was like basically a little caveman guy, and he's like got the little body, but a great big ginormous head, and he bonks things. Anybody remembers that game? If not, Google it. Or look at it in a history book. One of the two. Sophie, well, according to scientific research, if you stare at boobs, you'll live longer. I believe it. I believe it. And me, personally, yeah, I'm probably going to live to about 120. Yeah. They're important. They're important. And I do firmly believe that, yeah, world peace, the world would be a lot happier. You know, you got all sorts of places all over the world where, you know, you have this, you know, trend of suppressing women. And yeah, and those places that have historically, you know, really kept women down, there's a lot of chaos, right? And people are really tense, seem really angry. And, you know, I know in North America, when it was summer, people running around bare ass naked. I mean, that was men and women. Everybody was happy. Sure, there was fighting. Sure, there was starving. Sure, people weren't getting along. But for the most part, everybody lived really long, got great tans, and got to see some boobs. What a weird conversation. Fire Drake, I accept boobs of all sizes. I want to live. So everybody's just putting that out there. Yeah, everybody just put your info in the thing, and that way anybody who wants to, you know, send you some boobs or some moobs, you know, you can go right ahead. In fact, Fire Drake. In fact, I select Fire Drake. Everybody send your boobs or your moobs to Fire Drake. Go ahead, send him a picture. He'll appreciate it. And if anybody's wondering what a moob is, just Google it. Hopefully, Fire Drake gets a whole bunch of pictures of, you know, that's like a Family Guy. That side boob, that's my side boob. I'm thinking that that's what I should do. Is I should just send him a side boob shot, and it's my side boob. Ghost of Starman. I remember hearing your sombrero shopping story. Well, I wasn't shopping for a sombrero. I was looking for a hat. We were in a Western store, Western themed store. It was like in Missouri, I think, or somewhere. And yeah, it was a cowboy Western fucking themed place. And looking at the cowboy hats, and you think, oh, you know, those cowboy hats are huge, and they are huge. sit right on the top of my head, like right here on the crease of my head. What is this scalp doing? Sorry. No, I swear to God, I didn't do any drugs today. Anyway, so a cowboy hat sits like right there on top of my head, right? I get a sombrero. Bang. Fits perfectly, like a dream. Store worker, employee. So, oh, sir, that hat's not for sale. That's a wall decoration. Put it on, put it back on the wall, and left. Embarrassing. Yes, it was embarrassing. I actually have quite a few stories where I've been embarrassed in public, in front of strangers. Ooh. Sophie, man boobs. Ew, prefer well-toned guys. LOL. Well, so then Sophie, am I to take it that you tune in to my brother's Instagram? I'm not judging. I'm just wondering. I mean, nothing wrong. It's a great view. I mean, he's my brother and all, but I mean, I like his posts and, encourage, and that's usually where my little hearts are coming. I mean, you can only heart on Instagram. You can't thumb it up or, other positive things, right? I mean, other than sending a message. But then sometimes, when I comment, I usually end up leaving a joke, and sometimes the joke can sound kind of mean. So that's why I usually don't leave comments, because, I don't want him thinking I'm making fun of him. But if we were in person, I would probably say the same thing, and he would know that I'm joking, but I am making fun of him. But, the internet, right? I mean, there's so much contextual information that's lost through text that, we don't get when we're in face-to-face conversations, which I think is a big problem with a lot of the idea of putting so much weight in behind our conversations and sharing our thoughts with other people, because a lot, like I would say 51% of the importance of what we say to each other is lost when we're not doing it in a face-to-face kind of conversation, right? But anyway. Fire Drake, I do like side boob, also under boob, because I'm progressive. Okay, so wait. So yeah, we have side boob, we have under boob. Under boob is good. What was the rest of it? Shit, man, I was processing side boob and under boob, and I completely derailed my thoughts because I was thinking about. Oh, okay. What about top boob? And is there a difference in side boobs? Like left side boob, right side boob? Is that a separate thing, or is it just all one broad category? Because under boob's pretty specific, right? And what about top boob? Or is top boob just cleavage? Is that just? But no, it's not, because it's anyway. Oh man, Kim, I did send you another email today, so you should have 2 emails from me. Okay, I knew we had one from you, Kim. I am only seeing one. The last one I'm seeing is from Legion. Legion sent us one. And the one you sent, Kim, was from the 8th. Oh, wait, never mind. It updated. Yeah, I see it now. Holy shit, dude. like I'm complaining about him sending a whole bunch of images. No, it's great. I love it. It's great. Sophie. I've looked at Evan's Instagram, yes. Yeah. I mean, again, that's why he posts shit. To share. Because sharing is caring. And, it's his journey, right? And now, mind you, I mean, it's not conveyed in images, but he is a big dude. He's a big dude. He's like 6'2", 6'3", something like that. So he's not small. And with all them muscles, he's a big, gigantic, muscly man. And yeah. He's like, if him and I standing next to each other, he looks like a good deal taller than me. Not that I'm super short or anything, just, I'm not very tall. Well, whatever. Ghost Starman. Interboob is pretty good in my opinion. Interboob? Interboob. I don't know what interboob is. What's interboob? Oh, I feel like I just set myself up for a joke there. I'm not Googling it because it's probably going to be some fucking weird medical thing or something pops up. So, you sicko. And I'm sure I'm already on a watch list. Of that, I am sure. I'm pretty positive. I like too that Sophie has the emoji of the hand over the mouth. Like, is that supposed to mean like you're being bashful? Like, yeah, I've looked at Evan's Instagram. Yeah, I mean, that's why he shares it. To get all the girls hyped up. No, he's married. He's married with kids. But if you follow his Instagram, then you already know. All right, let's have a look at the G-dub side of things. Like the space between the boobs. Oh! Sophie, notice that you guys, it's either boobs or bottoms, and now, strangely, feet. Guys are weird. Oh, yeah. No, the feet thing? Yeah, any part of a woman to the heterosexual male fantasy, I can't speak for anybody who's, doesn't identify that way, so I'm not gonna assume their stance on it, but just about any part of a woman's body can be fetishized. So, like, it's not just feet, but it's like the inner arch, the toes, the between the toes, heels, all sorts of ankles. You can go all the way up the calves, the knees. Oh, the knee, the crook of the knee, right? Another one of my favorites is the crook of the back, right? A neck. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, the whole thing is fantastic, of course, and is a real treat. If you can get to that theme park, it's a real treat, and you take the whole day. Take as much time as you need to explore the whole thing, and everybody. It's a good time either way. You take your time, explore the whole park. It's a good time. I'm telling you, it's a good time. There might even be some stuff there that you say, you know what? Geez, I've never really thought about this area. Let's check it out. And you find out, holy moly, that's a lot of fun. That's what it is. So anyway. But yeah, now I'm sure the same it can be said about the male form. The man, right? Every part of a man can be explored. I don't really know because, I've never gone to that park. Slip and slide is a lot more fun. And it's just, I mean, like, to each their own. To each their own. I mean, either one, a lot of fun. Or both. Why not, right? But guys being weird, yes, guys are being weird, but it's also the day and age we live in as well, where we're not really supposed to be shaming people for things that they're into and stuff like that, because we should be, as a greater whole, more accepting, right? That's the point. I think that's the point, is that so we don't really see these odd proclivities for a woman's foot, right, as something weird. We're supposed to be more accepting of it, right? Now, there's some things that I'm not going to get on board with, but we'll save that for another day. And yeah, so I think we're supposed to be more accepting, more tolerant. And I think everybody gets along better when everybody's more tolerant, right? I mean, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. It's okay to not agree, and it's okay to not like the same things. That's fine. But let people be, for the most part, right? As long as it doesn't negatively impact anybody, why not? If it doesn't hurt anybody, unless, of course, the hurting is consensual. But again, Again, we hit some really, really gray areas there. All I'm saying is we just need to be more tolerant. Where the hell am I? Oh, fire drink. Oh yeah, a woman with a nice neckline. Yeah, again, see, fire drink. I think fire drink gets it. I think if fire drink and I were sitting in a bar, one of us is probably getting arrested. Kim, yeah, Dave Chappelle is very vocal about him fucking feet. Yeah, right, to each their own. To each their own. Again, as long as it doesn't negatively impact anybody, Fire drink. Man body. Nah, Kris, I think you're wrong. Men are most unsexy thing on the planet. I mean, I know people. I mean, the human species would not be here if the other side didn't look at the male form in a similar fashion that the male look at the female form. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. I can't say. But yeah. Sophie definitely should be more accepting of their choices of gender and kink. Tolerant. Sure. Right? I mean, but there's some things, again, like there's some things that, I don't know. When we start talking about the negative impacts of things, then that's where you got to start drawing a line. Like, no, because that negatively impacts somebody, right? So, but anyway. Nathaniel, greetings, Kris and fellow monkey. Greetings. All right, let's do. We were going to do a look at what's up for pre-orders from the G-Dubs. Case for everybody out there who's just wondering. Dark Empyrean collection. Nice. 3 books. Nice. I wonder, do they got the gilded edges? I like it when the books have the gilded edges. Oh, kind of does. It's like the little lurls. Oh, it's got that like cloth cover. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like a Encyclopedia Britannica. Godblight, Plague War, and Dark Imperium. Guy Haley. Holy shit, it's no longer available? Damn. It's a hot item. So everybody wanted that. Warhammer Underworlds, Narwood. That's up for pre-order. I did an unboxing video. Posted that earlier today. Check it out. Gnarl Spirit. This guy here is my favorite in this little bunch. Fuck off. Yeah, I like this dude. I just like his little predator mask. If he had dreadlocks, it'd be a little on the nose. But yeah. I like the the horns coming off the head too. Like, you can't tell me that's not very predator inspired. You cannot convince me. Cannot convince me that that's not predator inspired. The tusks coming out of the face like that, that's very predator. And I dig it. I like it. I mean, you can see tons of influences all over Games Workshop products, right? Tons. Going way back. Also, Rivals of the Nether Maze. Nether Maze? Very, very cool. What else we got? Card decks. Card sleeves. Oh, sleeves for the cards. Oh. That's kind of cool. How many do you get? 30. And 15 objective cards. Okay. That sounds like you have to still pick up quite a few, though. But I mind you, couldn't spit that out for a second. I guess it's really for your playing cards, right? Like if it's whatever deck you're using, as opposed to like your whole collection. Because I mean, like way back in the day, I used to get sleeves for my cards when I was into card games, and yeah, it was pretty much just for my entire collection of cards. I didn't think of it at the time. I should get this game finished. I like the models. I did the fish and the crab, but I didn't get to the duders. I should get to those duders. I should also get to my deepkin as well. I should get my deepkin finished. And this was all from last week's pre-order. Yeah. Temporarily out of stock. Oh no. The hobby knife is out of stock? No longer available. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting the knife. You ain't getting the knife. Yeah, so that's the pre-order for today. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, so Narwood. Right there. It's up for pre-order. Get you a copy. Or don't. I'm not your mom. Legion, the skeletons from Narwood are pretty nice. Yeah, I like the skeletons. They're really cool looking. Like, yeah. I mean, I would assume the Narwood that probably by the time the next box rolls around, Rivals of Narwood would be the next one, and it'll probably have the Gnarl Spirit and the Sons of Velmorn. And yeah, so I imagine because we did an unboxing of this one, and all it is just the two war bands and all their cards, and that's it. And it's pretty straightforward. And I think the price is not really that bad either, like all things considered. And but yeah, the Gnarl Spirit pack, I dig them. I like them. I like the look. I have the Dark Oath, the first iteration of the Dark Oath Warriors, but then there was another one as well. Let me see, is it on the site? Because those are Chaos Warriors. I thought it was on the site. Maybe it's on the into the main tab of the army. Let's go all clicky boo. Hexbane Hunters. The Rivals of Harrow Deep. Yeah, that one is the Stormcast and Cruel Boys. Oh, yeah, the Exiled Dead. I have that one too. I should get to that one. You know what? I should really kind of just... Oh, that's it for warbands? It's only a few? 11. Really? I'm on the UK. Let's switch over to Canadian. Let's see if the Canadian tells me different. Oops, no, it's wrong tab. Wrong tab, wrong tab. Wrong hole. Let's put it in the wrong hole. On the Canadian site, you can still get the starter set. Interesting. No, you can't get the other warbands now either. Anyway, yeah, because there was another Dark Oath group. But, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Anyway. Sophie, the Predator from Prey Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the mask looks like. It looks like from Prey. And I dig it. I liked Prey. Prey was really good. I still have yet to watch it on the Comanche version. I've been meaning to do that. I don't speak Comanche, but it'd be interesting. Just to hear them, how fluently they can talk. That's really more or less what I'm curious. Or does it feel forced? Because I don't think some of the actors are Comanche, right? So they would have to learn the lines. And I'm just curious to, how natural it sounds. I'm curious. Fire Drake. It would have been awesome if GW actually made a 40k fluff Bible like we had 20 years ago. It had the major lore of 40k. A 40k fluff Bible. I'm not familiar with the 40k fluff Bible. Which one was that? Which book are we talking about? The Bible. Fire Drake, definitely Predators. Oh, they're Predators, all right. Again. Kim, with all the warbands and all the iterations of Warhammer Underworlds, it's over 40 warbands now. Is it over 40 warbands? Really? Well, I mean, like, a few of them, though. I mean, if we're doing, like, a full count of warbands, like, right? Sure. But, like, there's, like, 3 of them that I think are Stormcast, and, like, there's, like, 2 Orc ones, and, you know what I mean? So, like, factions, sure. With the Dark Oath, because the Dark Oath, like, are they in regular, Age of Sigmar? Because they're, like, the Dark Oath seem to be quite a... Would they be in Chaos? All armies of Chaos? Because is there like a unit or army that you can make of Dark Oath warriors? Or do you only find Dark Oath in Underworlds? Right, the Dark Oath chieftain, but he was from the Warhammer Quest, um, Warhammer Quest Silver Tower. You see Beastmen, Deathbringer with a ruinous axe. That's kind of a cool looking model. It's a cool looking dude. Lord of Pain. I like the Slanesh stuff. It's cool. It's actually one of the rare times that I actually kind of like really dig on Slanesh stuff is in Age of Sigmar. Otherwise Slanesh stuff, especially in 40k, the Horus Heresy stuff is cool, but they're not all twisted up, right? I'm not too crazy with that. What was I looking for? Dark Oath. Oh, Dark Oath War Queen. Okay. But do we have like Dark Oath troopers? Sorry, I just clicked all. Chaos Marauders? No, that's always been a thing. You know what I mean? Like is there an army? Like, can you make an army of Dark Oath? I can't see the chat, so I'm gonna keep scrolling here. But I'm sure somebody will correct me. Skull Reapers. Those guys look like Khorne Berserkers. Storm Vermin. Blood Warriors. Blood Warriors look exactly like World Eaters. Is anybody converting Blood Warriors into World Eaters? Has anybody done that? I'm sure somebody has. Corvus Cabal. That looks like it's just the Warcry. Oh, right, Warcry. I forgot about Warcry. The warbands in Warcry. Oh, I don't see any other Dark Oath stuff. So can you make like Dark Oath armies? Sorry, I'm still scrolling through stuff. I'm in the temporarily out of stock area. Spire Tyrants. What the fuck is that? Untamed Beast. They look kind of Dark Oath. Anyway, all right. Where's the chat? There's the chat. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. I need to watch more Predator movies. Only seen the original and 2 Alien vs. Predator. Oh man, you didn't watch Predator 2? Predator 2 is fun. It's basically the same formula as the original film. It's like when you compare it like 1-to-1 like that, it is not as good as the original, but that's the nature of the times kind of thing, because it came out like 1990, I believe. And so yeah, it's still a fun little action flick, and Danny Glover is great. Danny Glover's great. He's great. Then you have like Predator. Those 2 newer films, they're interesting. I mean, if you're really into the Predator lore, but if you're really into Predators, like from the movies, not actual Predators, the comic book, the graphic novels, get those from Dark Horse. Yeah, the original stuff. I used to have the first set, first editions of the first Predator comics, and then I was on the hunt for the first editions for the Dark Horse Presents, where it basically begins the Alien vs. Predator series, because they start in the Dark Horse Presents series, and then they become their own comics. And yeah. But anyway, back when I was still into comics. Sophie, are GW going to redo Imperial Guard minis? All indications seem to point to yes. We got a preview a few weeks back of Cadian command groups and stuff like that, and Kazakin Imperial Guard are already coming out. Yeah, because Kill Team, right? I gotta remember what we can talk about. Yeah, Kazakin are out. Yes, because apparently the Kill Team, the Shadow Vault box set, apparently you can't get it. Limited supply of it, and so I guess they wanted to try and make sure everybody had a chance to get a copy of it. So, yeah. Apparently, as things go, I have no idea. Will they do a second print? I don't know. Is it necessary? I don't know. But I mean, like anybody out there, who picked up Into the Dark and gets Shadow Vault, I mean, your collection for doing Shadow Vault missions and making up your own scenarios and stuff like that, and I mean, you can play with some really dense terrain at that point. If you have 2 collections of that terrain, whew, man. Or if you were using some for like your Necromunda or 40k Zone Mortalis or whatever, I mean, you got more of that now. So yeah. I mean, with the whole interior fighting of Kill Team, yeah, I mean, you can easily port it over to 40k. Hell, you can make a big interior board for 40k if you had 2 sets of Kill Team. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Where the hell am I? Kim, yeah, it's 40 different war bands. Not possible to get the older ones anymore. Yeah, I guess you'd have to hunt them down, right? You'd have to find them through eBay and shit like that. Yeah. Fire Drake, it was a fan-made project that GW shut down. I think it was between 600 and 900 pages, but it covered almost everything. Interesting. But isn't that pretty much what the wiki does now for 40k? And like, is it wiki? What the hell is it? It's just a big 40k resource now. Is it the wiki? I can't remember what the hell it's called now. What the hell is that called? But anyway, yeah, I think pretty much that just takes care of that. Now, for everybody out there who enjoys a lot of the older lore, now this is going to sound like a commercial, but it kind of is. Warhammer Plus, you get access to the Warhammer Vault, and the Warhammer Vault has all the old lore. Not all the old lore, but from the current stuff, and they're slowly working their way backwards. So it's older White Dwarves, and they're just constantly working backwards. But they also have the campaign books and stuff like that. Like here, let me see. Can I pull up Warhammer Plus? Warhammer Vault, I should say. Warhammer Vault. For everybody out there who doesn't have Warhammer Vault, which is Warhammer Plus, the subscription, am I signed in? It doesn't really matter. I mean, anybody can look at this stuff, right? Yeah. Because, yeah, it's locked. You can view the thumbnails, but you can't sign in. But yeah, I mean, it's old White Dwarfs, but like here, the newest, yeah, they just dropped this the other day. Wednesdays apparently is when they drop stuff. Imperial Armor Volume 10, the Bat of War. And it's just going to be the lore. It's not going to have any of the rules or anything like that. It's just the lore. Volume 9, the Bat of War Part 1, has all the lore. Imperial Armor over here. And then the older White Dwarves from 22. And then, of course, you get some that are like from way back, from like 07. Inquisitor, that was one. Everybody who loved the Inquisitor game, which was the 54 mil game, Inquisitor, it's all the lore for that, which is, quite a bit there, because it basically gets you into all the different factions within the Inquisition. Then you have all these, the Psychic Awakenings. Like, it goes on. Like, it's the lore. It's all the lore. And they just keep adding to it, right? Like, it's even like the old codexes and stuff like that. I imagine if they really wanted to, they could put in, the lore from the previous codexes and the previous rule books, just so you can see all the changes and and see how things have evolved, right? And even that in itself is interesting, right? As you know, because I mean, the lore of Warhammer 40,000 is not fixed. It's changed from Rogue Trader to today. The lore has changed. The lore is not the same. The lore is not sacred. The lore is not sacred. It can be changed, and it does change. So people who say, "Oh, it doesn't fit the lore," fuck you. The lore changes. It has evolved since Rogue Trader to today. It is pretty different. So, yeah. Anyway, Fuck, I don't even know where the hell I am in these comments now. Sophie, they did Alien and Alien Marine minis. Didn't know they're still available. Did Predator, Alien, and Marine? Yeah, from the Alien vs Predator game. Yeah. Protos was the company that was making 28 mil or 32 mil, 28 mil versions of the Alien vs Predator. Legion, the boxes are probably the cheapest way to get Zone Mortalis stuff. Also, don't have to work with kilos of resin terrain. True. Well, the Zone Mortalis initially was only available from Forge World, and it was entire tiles that were, you know, the Zone Mortalis. And yeah, they were pricey as hell. I think they were like $140 a tile or something like that. Highly detailed, fantastic looking, but yeah, a little bit on the pricey side to do a full, you know, 8x4 table. Oof, it's expensive. Ghost of Starman. The older Underworlds get re-released without cards after a short delay. I think it's usually 2 seasons after the one that they came out in. Oh, is it? Okay. Fire Drake. Are there 6 Predator movies? Am I missing one? I think it's 6 because you got the original Danny Glover, Adrian Brody, and the last one with Buddy and yeah, the Predator. Oh, and then Prey. So that's 5. They're just Predator movies. There's 5, right? Am I missing one? Am I missing one? Am I missing one? Because I'm not counting the Alien vs Predator, because you have Alien vs Predator 1, you have Alien vs Predator 2. Is that it? Am I missing one? Oh. Yeah, I think that's it. It's 5 Predator films, right? Predator, Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, and then Prey. So 5? Right? Maybe? And then 2 Alien vs. Predator films. Right? Fuck, I can't remember. Anyway. There's lots of them. I guess it's not really lots. I would be kind of cool to get like a series or something. I think like an Alien vs. Predator series would be cool. It'd be expensive as shit, of course. Like to make. Oh yeah. But yeah. Anyway. Fire Drake. Wait, that's right. Predator, Predator 2, Predator vs. Aliens, Predator Requiem, and Prey. Well, no, then you have Predators and then The Predator. Right? I mean, Predator, like just Predator movies. Pretty sure it's just 5, right? Everybody's on IMDb right now. How many Predator fucking movies are there? Kim, I have the Inquisitor rulebook. Cool. Did actually play a bit when it was released. Yeah. Sophie, be nice if you buy the old White Doors from GW. Be nice to read some of the old issues for paint schemes and battle ideas. Well, I mean, the Warhammer Vault has the old ones. I mean, having all the old White Doors available for sale, I'm sure if you went into some specialty book collectors, because I have seen old White Dwarfs in those kinds of stores, just books, just like those, you know, old bookstores that, you know, will buy your books. I've seen them have old White Dwarfs because when I was looking for a particular issue, and some comics places as well probably will have some old back issues as well, because for a long time, white dwarves were just all over the place. You could go to a magazine, like at the airport, and buy white dwarves, right? So like they were all over the place. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, like if you don't feel like having, because like I have like a box, and it's basically furniture now. This box, and it's like almost all of my white dwarfs, like my really old ones, and I almost threw my back out trying to pick this box up, and it's in a big, those heavy duty cardboard boxes, those ones that are for like heavier stuff. And yeah, the first time when we first moved down this way into Southern Ontario, and yeah, it was, I tried moving my back, so trying to move all those white dwarfs. Yeah, it's a huge collection. Having it digitally and then just scrolling through and then like getting the information that you want, yeah, why not, right? And it's also fun to peruse the old stuff, because yeah, it's kind of fun to see what cost of minis, what painting techniques people were talking about, the games. There's all sorts of really good reasons to pick up old white dwarfs and give them a read, because yeah, especially if you're trying to gain the perspective of like why so many of us old timers lose our shit about some of the classic stuff. Yeah, it can give you a bit of better perspective. It is not going to give you the greatest insight, but it gives you an idea. It gives you an idea of why we were losing our shit about a lot of these things back in the day. Possibly. Benjamin Prover's test. Clean shaven. How long has that been? I shaved my head a few months back, and I shaved my face a few weeks back. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But yeah, clean shaven, this is how I prefer my face. I actually don't like having the mustache, believe it or not. And shaving my head, this is a completely new experience for me, so I've just been kind of, running with it. But my plan is that I am going to just stop, and I'm just going to let it all grow. All at once. Everything all at once. And yeah, so there's going to be a really fun period where my hair is going to look fucked up. Like, it's going to be like this dome of hair, and it's going to just look weird and messy, and I'm going to look really silly. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with looking silly. I don't have an ego like that where I can't look a certain way because of how people might perceive me or anything like that, because honestly I don't give a shit what people think about me. So yeah, that's how I operate. Nathaniel just returned from local GW store, tested their new tool. What? The grip feels kind of sticky. Yeah, because it's the community tool. It's kind of like when you get a lady of the evening, and yeah, it's a bit sticky because it's 10 other people with sticky hands were handling it, right? So it's the same kind of thing. Like old worn leather. This was being oiled, or a huge chunk of bacon. A huge chunk of bacon. Again, these are all descriptors that kind of apt. Benjamin, I can believe the mustache. I have had many. Yeah, I mean, again, like the mustache and the having the mustache, like when I had it all fully and sculpted and everything like that, like it was fun, but it's a pain in the ass to maintain, and the shit was always getting in my food. And there's many reasons to get rid of the mustache and to not have the mustache, and have at least for me, like if you love your mustache and you love your beards and stuff like that, that's fine. Personally, annoyed the hell out of me. And also too, like I don't grow facial hair very well. I mean, like right now, like there's barely any hair here, and I haven't shaved in like 2 days. This is 2 days. I know, like I have friends who they can shave in the morning and by 5 o'clock look like denser than this. You know what I mean? Like, when they say the 5 o'clock shadow thing, yeah, that's why, because the guy would shave in the morning and by 5 o'clock, the end of the workday, you can already see all that stubble coming back in, right? I ain't like that. The genetics aren't there, that body hair and everything like that. Like, again, I mean, we've talked about this one many times, but yeah, this is a few days of not shaving, like not hairy people, man. Kim, the one with the blonde guy and the Asian chick with the huge modified predator and the smaller normal one. Yeah, I think that was the last one. The Predator, right? Yeah. Sophie, Arnie and Danny, one group of mercenaries, one Fishborn, and the big little man. I don't know what the we're talking some shit now. Benjamin, did White Dwarf ever have a CD release like D&D magazine did? I got 300 issues for like 20. Was there ever a CD with a White Dwarf? Every once in a while there was decals, transfers, and a couple times there was minis attached to the White Dwarf. I don't know if there was ever a CD, because like there's times where I was like, when I first got into the hobby, yeah, I picked up White Dwarf pretty regularly. Never got a subscription, just really couldn't afford it. And then there was a period where I wasn't buying White Dwarf for a while, and then picked up a subscription for a while. I remember having a subscription for a while, and then stopped. Probably every time. Basically, I think every time I took a break from the hobby, didn't bother keeping up, right? Because when you're taking a break from something, you just don't engage with it, right? So it's like into other things, other places, busy with other priorities, right? Again, because this is a hobby. This isn't life. This is a hobby. This is when you have free time, right? For some, it feels like Warhammer is life. And for myself personally, I mean, like, this is more work than it is hobby, right? So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure many people want Warhammer as life. But again, this is a hobby, It's supposed to be for your free time. Something to, reinvigorate, to get you through your school work, your work, your family work, you know what I mean? Like all the various other things that we have to take care of before we even start thinking about the Warhammers. But anyway. Where the hell am I? Fire Drake, be careful, kids. The community tool can get sticky. That's true. That's very true. You know what, Fire Drake? I like it. We're gonna go with that. That's the episode. That's the name of the episode today. Careful, kids. I mean, it's just sound advice, really, when you think about it, right? Like, it's just sound advice. Everybody's out there like, what is with the show titles? Why are the show titles so weird? There's a good reason for it. It's because they're weird fucking people. Sophie, were you a spiky-haired kid in the 80s, Kris? No, in the 80s, man, my mom always had me with the fucking bowl cut. I was one of those 80s bowl cut kids. It wasn't until about, I don't know, started hitting puberty and start noticing girls and start, actually starting to give a shit about my appearance. Which was around like 86, 87, somewhere around that. What would I have been? Getting into 12? Yeah. So that's when I started, kind of having an opinion about my hair. And in my youth, my hair was dense and thick, like a beaver pelt. Long hair, more like bear. It's like a bear fur, right? If you've ever seen a bear pelt, okay, and you've run your hands through a bear's pelt, that's how my hair was as a kid. And it wasn't until about, I sported a mullet up until about 90, 89, 90. And then started letting my hair grow out. Yeah. Then, by the end of high school, my hair was to my ass in a braid. My hair fully braided. Yeah, it was to my ass. So, yeah, I was a spiky haired kid at points. Again, like I said, like this is the first time I've ever been completely shaved. Like just in the last couple months. This is it. This is new for me. which is why you probably see me grabbing my head all the time, because I can feel everything. And when I go outside, even when it's hot, I feel cold. But the sun feels really great on my scalp, so anyway. Old man Logan, hey Kris, old buddy, hey, what's happening, man? It's happening. Benjamin, I mean, they released the backlog on CD before online distribution was reasonable. Oh, did they? I don't remember that. Having all the old White Dwarfs on a CD? Do you still have it? Could you share a link to it? Backlog of White Dwarfs on a CD. I just want to quickly see, like, when that was. White Dwarf on CD. Let's see. Interesting. White Dwarf issues 1 to 100 CD-ROM compilation. Don't remember that. Yeah. Apparently you can scare that up. Yeah, I don't remember that. Again, like, there's periods where I wasn't doing any warhammering, so there's points, there's gaps. There's definitely gaps. There's definitely gaps, especially in my memory. Sophie, they did a painting guide DVD, Adam Troke and Duncan Rhodes. Yeah, the DVD, sure, but we're talking CD here, Sophie. I don't know if you're familiar. So CDs look like DVDs and Blu-rays, but you can only fit, I think, what is a CD, like 700 megs? Yeah, whereas a DVD is like 2 gigs, 2 or 3 gigs, and a Blu-ray is like 4 gigs, right? Something like that. That's the storage size. Anyway. Fire Drake. Show title contain nuggets of good life advice. Yeah, exactly, right? Don't forget to like the stream, people. Yeah, leave a thumbs up. Benjamin, for D&D, they did everything before D&D. They did everything before D&D. Did White Dwarf have it before D&D 3? I mean, well, I mean, I only got into White Dwarf and the Warhammer hobby. I mean, I only became aware of it about 88. And the first White Dwarf I got was issue 133. So that was the first one I picked up, which would have been somewhere. I don't even know what year was White Dwarf, because I mean, it could have been an old issue I picked up, or maybe it was brand new. I don't recall it being brand new though, because I picked it up because it had a similar cover, which had the rules for something for Space Hulk, and I was like, oh yeah, and because I'm pretty sure it's issue 133. Now I gotta look, because it's got Blood Angels on the cover. Issue 133. Was it 133 or 131? No, it was 133. Yeah. So issue 133. Let's see here. When did that come out? 91. Oh wow. So yeah. But then again, like I said, like, I was aware of it, got it Space Hulk, and then yeah. But that was the first White Dwarf I remember buying, was issue 133. Okay, so 91. So yeah, it was a good while. That was ads running. But yeah, wow. But anyway, so before that, I was not buying White Dwarf. But then I also didn't have a lot of money to spend on this stuff, right? So, yeah. I mean, like, 91, I was only 15, 16? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. 91? Because second edition came out in 92, and we were already playing Rogue Trader. 91, that doesn't sound right. Yeah. Anyway. Fire Drake. Lord Krabby, hello. Oh, Lord Krabby's here. At lunch. Hello, Kris. Monkeys. Able to catch show. Welcome, Lord Crappy. Welcome. Benjamin. So they did the first 100 and there was some delay at the end. Sorry, late reply. DVD is 5 or 9 gigs. CD is 700. Blu-ray is 25 gigs to 50 gigs. Is the Blu-ray that high? Because I don't remember DVD being that much. I thought it was less than 5. I thought it was like 4 gigs. 3 to 4 gigs. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember. Fire Drake. I wish I would have got into D&D in high school. We played a little bit in high school. Again, I was really drawn to the board game aspect. I mean, like, what got me into the hobby was scale modeling, Space Hulk, discovered Warhammer, goes from there. And the D&D stuff was from other friends because got them into Warhammer. And so, you know, of course, playing other games, and that's what got me into like Mutant Chronicles and Dungeons and Dragons and doing role play, and you know what I mean. Of course, I used to really love Starfleet Battles and you know all these different games. Yeah, all over the place. So I mean, you know, you influence your friends influence you, right? Go all over the place. What time we at? Holy moly! It's already 1:15 already. Jeez Louise. Where does the time go? Let's do Instagram. Now, Instagram is still buggered up, so I got to do it through my phone. And we don't really have theme music, so you know, it's kind of a crap program, really, when you think about it, right, kids? Okay, so we're on recent. So Instagram. So I'm just streaming this off my phone. Fire Drake, we got distracted by boobs. Yeah, totally got distracted by boobs. But honestly, like starting the day off talking about boobs, I feel better. Honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Alright, first one's from Disco. Actually, this way's kind of fun because you can see like my reaction as I'm, you know, looking at this, right? So this looks like more, was it Bolt Action or Flames of War? I can never remember which ones are which. Like a little flame. Did you throw a little bit of blue in there for the end of the flame, for the little cone? Pretty cool. Should we give that a like? Oh, I like this. Looks like he's buried in debris. Reminds me of that scene in Enemy at the Gates when they're hiding in the fountain. Anyway. That's cool. Now, did you make the little boards and everything like that? Or is that like part of the model? Pretty darn cool. Yeah, I like the flamethrower dude though. I like this. You know, something's telling me that you put those boards there. Because the models are just like... the models are just there. Very cool. Thank you, Disco, for sharing that. This one here is from Greenleaf. Make sure we give that a like. Some MDF stuff. Is this painted or is it just assembled? Just sharing the assembled stuff. Looks like a Land Raider there. Is that a Land Raider? Is that somebody treading the IP waters? Actually, it looks a bit like the Bat Pod. Some stairs. Okay. I guess it's maybe for a client, and so he's just sharing this to show, you know, assembly is occurring and work is getting done. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll leave my chat up here so I can see the chat as well. There we go. There we go. Oh, the wannabe painter. Give that a like. I like the glow. Really good work on the glow. In fact, let's zoom in. Can we zoom in? We can zoom in. Yeah, that's really good work on the glow. I like it nice and subtle like that. As it catches up on the helmet and the collar. Around the trim. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, I dig that. That's really nice work, man. And yes, the rest of the paint job is really good. I mean, it's Nurgle. Like, that's the fun part about Nurgle, right? Is, you know, If you paint it really hastily, it looks good. Take your time and, you know, go for really smooth color blends and stuff like that. It looks really good. You know, Nurgle, Orcs. What else? What else is one of those like ranges that you can paint it really quickly, you can paint it really, take your time, and they look really great either way. Whereas like Space Marines and like Craftworld Eldar, you know, you paint like Space Marines really quickly, they tend to look a little bit hastily painted. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really fit. Whereas like Orcs, you can be really fast with your paint job and it looks really good. It fits the theme, right? It's what we expect to see, right? Nurgle, you can paint them really quickly and they look really great because it kind of fits, because they're all, you know, they're really junky looking, right? And Orcs are the same way. It's junky looking. And I'm trying to think of another faction that has that kind of aesthetic where you can paint them really quickly like that and it looks really good and it fits the theme of the models. Whereas like Space Marines, Eldar, like Eldar, when you paint them really hastily, they look like they're painted hastily, right? So yeah, I'm not saying that your paint job is really hasty. I'm just saying that, you know, you can paint them fairly quickly, be kind of dirty. Like say, like I'm looking at like the legs here, and like that looks like care is taken. Yeah, really nice work on the OSL though. Like your placement of the colors is really good. Yeah, like it's very convincing. Like it's convincing OSL, which is, you know, which is often quite tricky to do, right? Because a lot of times, like in this kind of scenario, I see it 100 times when they do that OSL, and it's just a bright freaking glow up the side of the model, and it often just looks overdone. Whereas this is nice and subtle, and good OSL is subtle. And when you first look at it, you go, "Oh my god, that's glowing!" Like, is that really glowing? Like that first picture, your first thought is, "Oh, you just, you know, put an LED in there," and then you realize, "Oh no, you didn't." Right? The first picture here is like, "Oh, that part is actually glowing." It's like, and you go, "Oh wait, no, it's not." But yeah, no, it's really good work. Simply mini painting. Should we give that a like? Now here's another green glowiness. I like that on the hand. Yeah. Ooh, nice work on the cloak. Texture. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. And these models, these are the war crime models, or I can't remember what the heck they're called. I think Kim, we were just talking about these models, right? Oh, Signs of Flame. I guess I could just read the description, right? Signs of Flame, champion. There we go. Whoops. That's the problem with just, you know, doing this off my phone, is that I touch the screen and it fucking goes all over the place. Green leaf. Oh, I already like that. I did see this. Oh, it's a mixture. It's like the kill team. How's it? The outpost, that Imperial outpost. Yeah, really cool. I like the winter vibe. What's this blue thing? It's ice. Very, very cool. Disco mini painter. Make sure we give that a like. I'm seeing some OS, or some non-metallic metal. Fire Drake. Is that code for cocaine because it's still October coma? What? Oh, first snowfall of the year. Kim's sitting around doing a bunch of fucking coke. Kim, you don't do a bunch of coke, do you? Yeah, really nice work on the non-metallic metal. Straightforward. I like it. I like the highlights and the colors of the cloak. Yeah, I really like it. Is this still work in progress? I guess I should read the description, right? Change it from blood to poison. Yeah, I think the poison is a better look. You often see the blades covered in the dripping poison anyway, right? I mean, you could went for, you know, full-on blood splatters on it, everything like that, but I don't think so. No, it's really nice work on your Namatov metal, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Green leaf. Showing us. At first I thought these were a bunch of books. A bunch of steps. Plateaus. Platforms. Piles of MDF. Alright. Simply mini painting. This looks like a Chaos Marine duder. They're like Alpha Legion or something. I like colors. Am I to assume that's Alpha Legion? Is that what that symbol is? Alpha Legion? Very, very cool. Simple mini painting. Vampire duder. Like the eyes. Like the armor. Nice and clean. Like the color scheme. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the eyes. I think it could go just a teensy bit brighter in the center of the eye, the actual eye, just to really kind of, you know, illustrate the glowing nature of the eye, if that's what you're going for. That's what it looks like. I assume you're going for like the glowing eye thing. But very, very cool. Thank you, Simply, for sharing that with us. MDF. Okay. Want to be painter? Give that a like. Very, very cool. Yeah, I like all the texture. Ooh, look at the face. Oof. Looks like he's got blood running out of his eyes. Or is that supposed to be glow as well? I don't know. I like the texture. I think that's like the really interesting part that stands out to me immediately is that texture. Okay, we got a close up of his face. Kim, and no, I don't do coke. I'm way too old for so heavy a drug. He's like, get in my belly. Yeah, is that blood running out of the face? That's interesting. It's also kind of fucked up as well, but yeah. I mean, I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Reminds me of the end of Event Horizon. Remember when he's got no eyes and the blood is just running out of the sockets and everything like that? He's just, you know. He wasn't like that, but I mean, you know. I think you guys know what I mean. For anybody who's watched Event Horizon. If you haven't watched Event Horizon, oh man, some people really attribute that one to being kind of like what it's like to experience the warp, and they've encountered warp, the warp entities. Yeah. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. Another one from Greenleaf. Radar Dish. This one is from that Kill Team box, I believe. What the hell is that terrain called? Sector Frontiers, I think is what it is. Or is this MDF? This looks like that Sector Frontier stuff. This is foam core. Or is this the MDF shit? No, I thought this was a G-dub. I can't tell. Is it foam core? You didn't make that from foam core, did you? What's even got icicles on it? Oh, look at that. I like that. Very, very cool. Give that one a like. Kill the mutus. The mutus? Kill the mutus. Don't kill the mutus. Very cool. Simple mini painting. Oh, I think we've seen this. Yeah, I already liked it. Yes, that's right, because I really liked his work on the cloak. Yeah, I thought that was really good. Yeah, we've seen this. Yeah, Alex's thing here with the commemorative. You know what? I still haven't gotten my. It hasn't shown up for me yet of getting my second year miniature yet. It hasn't shown up on the site for me, like for me to order it, because usually it kind of unlocks in the site for you, and I haven't gotten it yet, and I'm kind of, you know what, I'm kind of pissed off now. Now that I'm thinking about it, where's my second year mini, people? Where's my mini? Warhammer Plus is not telling me that I can have it yet, and I don't know why. Was it Warhammer? No, it's my. I'm not showing you guys my login, am I? Okay, I have to make sure I wasn't in the wrong thing here. Anyway, my Warhammer. That's it. Go to my Warhammer. My Warhammer. Boy. There we go. Yeah. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, fuck you, man. It shows me the year 1 exclusive miniature, but I don't see the year 2. What the fuck, man? I'm gonna have to go fucking full Karen on them, I guess. Calling up GW hotline. Yeah, I'd like to speak to the manager, please. Just go full Karen. Just go full Karen. Sophie, I don't like Coke, prefer Pepsi. Good one. Sick joke. Vardrick, I prefer cold, but as long as I don't have to drive, I like snow. Kim, now that's heresy, Sophie. Personally, I prefer Pepsi myself, or as we call it in our communities, Pepsi. It's a B sound, not a P sound. Nathaniel, year 2 is the corn mini, the corn termy. Yeah, that's the one I want. The sorcerer is cool looking and everything like that. I like all the familiars. It'd be a lot of fun to paint, and it'd be wide open to paint. Whereas the Chaos Terminator, the Corn Terminator, I mean, everybody that I'm seeing painting it just like the artwork. So they're all looking the same. So it is kind of restrictive in that regard, that everybody's just going to paint it the same way, which feels very limiting, right? And, you know, but whatever. It's still, I think, a fantastic model to have. So that's why that's the model I want. But for whatever reason, it's not showing up for me. Fardrick, you're not paid up, Chris. I'm not paid up. I buy it all at once. How can I not? I have access to everything else. How can I not be paid if I'm not? Like, how can I access Warhammer Plus, the Vault, everything like that? Mind you, though, when I was on the Vault, I was on the default page, but now you got me wondering. No, I was just on Warhammer Plus or Warhammer TV the other day. Warhammer TV. Can I log in? Yeah, I'm logged in. I can see all the shows. Oh, they finally posted the fucking Origins Kill Command. Ooh. Hey, you guys want to watch You guys want to watch some Warhammer Plus? And just start streaming their shit. That's a good way to get demonetized for sure, right? Just start streaming their shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a watch later. How long is it? I'm gonna see. It doesn't give me a time. Fuck you. Angel of Death, though, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. For me, it was one of the reasons why I was sold on Warhammer Plus, was to watch Angels of Death and the exclusive mini. I mean, You know, the sniper is really cool. And yeah, I mean, we're all spending fucking $100 on minis anyway. So what's the difference if you spend $100, get a mini, and also some shows and access to Warhammer Pulp? I mean, like, you know, the reasons to not get the service, other than not having the money, like, what are the other reasons not to go for it? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the rationale at times. I mean, hating on GW for being GW doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know, just sounds like, you know, people drinking the haterade. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, you know. But anyway, Jabba's Left Nut. Type in year 2 in the main site. I tried that and it doesn't show up for me. I'll try it. Fuck it. I just closed those tabs too. I'll fucking try it. I'll try year 2. Fuck sakes. Year 2. And it's telling me find out more. Fuck you. Find out more. You fucking find out more. Oh, you can just straight up buy it for $48. I mean, 48 Canadian, which is probably like what, $20? I mean, it's a fantastic model. But yeah, I see pictures all over the interwebs, and everybody's pretty much painting it like this. Now, I did see somebody paint it with a green base, and there's kind of like a green glow on the base. I did see that, and I thought that was very cool. But otherwise, everybody's painting it like the artwork, right? Which is kind of, you know, to be expected. I mean, the art, you want to paint it like the artwork, right? Personally, I mean, like when I first saw this, yeah, I mean, I was thinking, why not paint it exactly like the artwork? Brushstroke for brushstroke is what I'm saying. That's quite a bit of work. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have access to it yet for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not bent out of shape about it or anything like that. Like I'm not like in a mad rush to start working on this. I mean, I've got a bazillion other projects on the go, and you know, this is kind of like one of those things that, you know, I want it. Do I need it? No, which is why I'm not in a hurry. But if I'm paying for it, I fucking want it. Right? I mean, I paid for the son of a bitch. I want it. And I'm seeing everybody else running around flaunting their fucking, I got mine. And I said, where's mine? What the fuck? You know, again, got to go full fucking Karen on everybody, I guess. Fire Drake, I would like to see Kris go full Karen, but we know you never go full Karen. You never go full Karen. Everybody knows you don't go full Karen. Ghost of Starman, not saying you should do it, but I won't tell if you won't. Or I wouldn't tell. You won't tell? I won't tell. Who won't tell? Fire Drake, have to go people. So I hope everyone gets some underboob today. Yeah, I'll send you an underboob shot, Fire Drake. I'll send you an underboob. You like that side boob? That's my side boob. Ghost of Starman, the lack of goblin green rim on GW's paint job is mildly offensive. It is, right? Exactly. Like if you're gonna go for something that's from way back in the day, like, you know, you go goblin green rim. Everybody knows that. You're not a true aficionado if you know, don't go full goblin green on the rims. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Like, are you even into Warhammers at that point? If you don't go goblin green on the rims, everybody knows, right? So why wouldn't you go goblin green on the rims? Don't know. I think some people just hate Jesus. I think that's what it is. They hate Jesus. They don't go goblin green on the rims. You hate Jesus. You're a communist. You hate Jesus. There it is. I said it right there. If you don't go goblin green on your rims, you're a communist and you hate Jesus. There you go. And I also, when I do that, when I say that, I also have to do it in that accent as well. If you don't paint your bases green, your base rims green, goblin green, you're a communist and you hate Jesus. Heretic Scott. Hello, hi. Where's Kris at? Who's the clean-shaven, hairless dude? Dude, you haven't tuned in a while, I guess, eh? Because this is like weeks ago. Months. The hair, months. The face, weeks. Weeks. Like a space monkey, ready to be shot into space. All right, it's email time. Because, yeah, we're going to try and keep it at 120 minutes today. If you're wearing headphones, turn them up or down because here it comes. Or maybe not. No. Oh,
it's email time.
Oh, it's not. I gotta pay attention to my little meters more. I don't hear the sounds, so anyway. This one's from our good buddy Kim. Hello! A few car models and pics of the car paint they do for scale modelers. The one car is work in progress, the BMW i8 smiley face. Now this looks like you're doing canning. You're jamming. What is that called when you can, like you do your own canning? That's what this looks like. So we got our own canned mustard. We got our own canned carrots. Cranberries. We got pickles over here. Yeah, how have you been finding the paint? I mean, it looks like it's enamel based, right? It's an enamel paint. I assume that's why it's in glass jars. It's kind of like tester's paints, It's an enamel based paint. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, now Kim has been sharing the work in progress on the Discord. Now, are you doing worn edges on it? Like it's got under primer? Like, are you weathering this? Or is that just the way the light's hitting that surface? Oh, it's gotta be just the way. Oh, it's probably your primer and you did a second layer, right? Because like this first shot here, this looks like you were imitating it from like the Auto Trader ad. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of body work. That's what I thought. Because that would have been really cool if that's what you were doing. I would have applauded that you were weathering the car, making it look like it from an Auto Trader ad. Do they have Auto Trader in Norway? I don't know. Let me know, Kim. Do you have Auto Trader? Are you familiar with what Auto Trader is? See, on this side of the planet, the cars are all over the place. People love their cars in North America. I don't know if you know that or not, Kim. In North America, people love their cars. Thank you, Kim, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. I dug it. I like it. And I think weathering, doing a car, and like peruse auto ads and look for some beaters and do a car like from the Auto Trader ad. I think that would be a fun exercise. And I highly recommend anybody who is, doing any model car kits, go on the, the car for sale ads. Anybody who's selling any of these old beaters, especially the car that you're working on, and replicate what you're seeing in the photographs. So if there's dents, if there's primer, if there's nicks and scratches, the windshield's got a crack in it, you know what I mean? Like all these elements, replicate it on that model. I think, and if you do, send me pictures, please, because I'd love to see that. I think that'd be fantastic, especially if you showed me the like side by sides, and if you can make them indistinguishable. Ooh, that's the true skill. That's the true skill right there, is replicating what you actually see. Heretic Scott, I remember you were thinking about it a while back, like a kind of mental refresh. Yeah, well, I mean, you hit certain points where, like, you just need to shake things up. We go through it whenever we're experiencing, burnout, lack of inspiration, and motivation, right? And you kind of need a mental refresh at times, right? And so, yeah, to change things up. It's kind of like when you get the desire to rearrange your furniture in your house or your bedroom or whatever, right? You get the urge to rearrange, right? It's nesting, whatever. Sometimes we get it when we're working in our hobby space, and you're feeling like, oh, I got all these projects on go. I'm feeling it right now because my fucking desk is a mess. I've got too many fucking projects on my desk right now, and I really desperately need to organize and clear up my space right now. Like here, I can show you. Like, it's kind of dark, really. Oh yeah, that camera's not on. I wonder, can I? I'm gonna do something really quick here. Bear with me. Would this work? Oh, I gotta turn this back on. The feed might lag a sec as I'm dicking around with stuff. Or am I just gonna break my computer? Ooh, it's laggy, but it does work. Here's my desk, people. I'm using my phone as a webcam. So there's my desk. That's all the... Wait, hold shit. Oh shit, wait. No, I can talk about this stuff, right? I just forgot. I look how dirty my keyboard is. Oof. Is that food? Is that spit? No, my fucking keyboard's a mess. Anyway, hold on. I gotta check. I gotta make sure there's nothing on my desk that I'm not supposed to show. No, I think everything's fine. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, my desk is an absolute mess. TurboDork. Got my TurboDork sitting there. Battletech. You know what I mean? Like, I got all sorts of crap on the go. There's the War Master Titan. Still sitting in that state. Right? I got a whole bunch of... I got all my Eldar. Right? Leagues of Votan. Got those bikes. I got work to do. My avatar. I was thinking about working on my avatar, actually, this weekend. But yeah. Anyway. That's kind of fun though. Turn my phone into a webcam. Isn't that fun? Anyway. Kim, they are car paints thinned down for airbrushing. They are lacquer cellulose based. I think it's the stuff they make and use on real cars. I'll send one more email today. Lots more stuff. One of them is 8mm Land Raider. Cool. Sophie, get 2 models of Kris's car. Do as the showroom look, and the one how Kris's car looks. You can do oil leaks, dents, scratches, rust, and bad paint job. Yeah. Old Man Logan, drool on the keyboard. Was it drool? I think it was spittle, because I kind of spit when I talk, especially when I'm like really excited and spit flies. My screen on my monitor. Yeah, I need to give it a cleaning because you can see it's got like little particles and everything. Because I'm always constantly talking at my monitor, right? So this is me talking, by the way. That's the sign for talking. Jobs left nut. That keyboard looks like it's covered in jizz. No way. It's dusty. It's dusty, man. Like, I can't. I'm not gonna turn that all on. But anyway, yeah, it's dusty. Ben Ellis, that's great for a phone. What's great for a phone? What's great? I don't know what you mean. Sophie, you'll need a day to organize and clean your work area, Kris. Yeah, I know. I do need to straighten this up and reorganize. And the thing is that I actually was reorganizing my other studio space, and because I have like boxes and boxes of stuff all over the place, and yeah, and of course even in my office here, I have like boxes of models and stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, I just the keyboard. I have like boxes and boxes of stuff that honestly I should probably just get rid of. Like, I'm never gonna get to them. I have like a lot of Space Marine stuff. I've got like a Predator tank, a Dreadnought, the anti-air tank. I've got Stern Guard. Like, I love Stern Guard, but I'm never gonna get to them. I've got like Space Wolf stuff. Yeah. Like, there's some stuff like I'm not precious about, right? Like, but there's some stuff that I'm like, yeah, I still want to get to it because I've got like a bunch of Harlequins. I've got like Necromunda stuff. I mean, I even have like all the shit down here. Like this stuff here is like all my Eldar stuff. Like that's all Eldar right there, that row. I 100% want to get to work on it because I want to, expand my army. But unfortunately, sometimes when you sit down to work on stuff, you feel like, oh, I should be filming this. I could live stream this, or you know what I mean. And I fucking hate feeling like that. I hate that. I just want to sit down and play with my toys in peace. And unfortunately, it always feels like it's a missed opportunity to do something. And then sometimes, I just want to work on shit, right? But anyway. Lord Krabby, Spanish lunch was good. Have to go back to work. Stay good, monkey peeps. Later, Kris. Later, dude. Heretic Scott. Yeah, I could be doing with a reset myself of sort. I've been very busy with work and training, got me a little burned out, and it's been difficult to sit down and paint for any length of time, but life has to take priority. Oh yes, 100%, right? Again, hobby. This is a hobby. All the warhammering, all the gaming, all of that. That's just a hobby. That's just for you to relax from take a break from the rest of your, day-to-day kind of stuff, right? Your job, your school, family, everything, right? And you got to take care of that stuff before you can actually sit down and take care of your hobby stuff, right? We've talked about this many times. Jabba's left nut. It's not covered in jizz because you can't fire it that far. Well, you might be right. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, no, it doesn't go that far. Old man Logan, sounds like you need to work on that, Kris. You don't have to film everything. I know, and that's a thing, right? But I mean, like, my God, man, I've been doing this since 2011. Now, I've been filming myself and my hobbying since, I think, 08, 09, something like that. But yeah, doing this professionally, making content, making videos about this hobby and stuff like that. I've been doing this professionally since 2011, getting paid for it, right? And yeah, it's a habit that's hard to break. And like a lot of times I want to sit down and make a tutorial, but then immediately I think about, okay, well, I'm going to put all this energy into a tutorial, and then fucking 2 people show up to watch it. And then so, like, with no support, no comments, no likes, no nothing, right? No new Patreons, no new, members, anything. So I pour all that energy into it and it gets no return. That's discouraging, right? And which is why right now I've completely taken a break from doing any tutorials, because it doesn't do any views. And whereas when I do a short, it gets way more views. And so, like, and all it took was a little bit of effort and a little bit of editing, and you know what I mean? And it gets way more return. So, oi, there we go. Thanks for the follow. Zofiana? This should be like this. There we go. Not so creepy. This is kind of creepy. Not so creepy. It's really the placement of the thumb, right? That's creepy. That's not creepy. Although, anyway, thank you for the follow. The finer points of being creepy. Sophie, it can be difficult to find time to build or paint as work and household chores come first, and when you have the time, you just fancy on sitting on the sofa and watching something on TV because you don't feel like painting. Exactly. That too. I mean, a lot of times, yeah, I mean, spend time with my family. I mean, my family is very important to me, my children. And, I know that we don't have a lot of time on this planet. And, spending with your family, friends, stuff like that, way more important than your job, school, sitting around watching TV, playing video games, painting, isolating yourself, all of these things. All that's going to do, if you stay on that path, is you're going to be an old man or woman full of regret that you didn't spend more time with your family. It's very true. Even the bad relationships, you're going to wish you took the time to heal those relationships, to fix them, or to just part in peace and not have that negative feeling between the two of you. We don't have a lot of time on this planet, people. The relationships that we have with others far more important than your job, your schooling, your hobbying, whatever. It's the people. It's the people. Let's do another email because we can, we shall. This one's from Marcus. Greetings, Kris and fellow monk eye. It has been a while since my last email. Attached, you will find my Leagues of Votan conversion. It's a Gene Stealer cultist, chaos cultist dwarf. He's prime black, dry brushed white on top of a zenithal and then tinted each part. I think he turned out well. I used Liquitex basic acrylics and mixed all my colors. He'll be displayed at local GW store for a challenge and also in Halloween contest for another channel I follow. Until next time, salutations, Nathaniel. Very, very cool. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. I like your work on that Gene Stealer arm. That looks really cool. I like that light green in the purple. What's the blade from? I like the shoulder armor too. I like the attachments of the Chaos backpack to the current Votan backpack. It has that old classic Chaos Dwarf, Chaos Squat vibe. Is the Necron Scarab for bait? Is he bait? It's nice you drilled at the barrel. Good positioning of the gun. That the hand that's holding the gun. It's a Gene Stealer arm. It's really good. Grimnir? Oh, I like the little skull in the base. That's cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's a fun conversion. I like the coloring on that shoulder armor. That looks cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Nathaniel, for sending that in. Good stuff. Next one from James, aka Hiroki. Hello, or hey Kris. Thanks for your feedback on my last submissions. Been some time since last submission, but cranked this out in a single sitting one afternoon. I've tried painting a Black Templar using the heavy metal style edge highlights, using triad colors, used Duncan Rhodes branded paints. They worked surprisingly well, a good Citadel alternative. Not how I normally paint, and I prefer painting the Templars with warmer edge highlight, but the blue does seem to translate nicer in photos. What are your thoughts? Cheers from Oz, James, aka Hero K. Let me switch angles. There we go. So the blue for highlighting black, I'm a big fan of it. I personally, I don't like going for a full-on blue. I actually like using a turquoise. So if you're using just two colors to create your black highlights, I prefer using something like Sotek green. If you're staying on the Citadel side of things, it's a turquoise color, right? It's a blue-green. And I prefer that for highlighting black. And I actually only go as bright as a Sotek green. So as bright as that is, which is about a mid-tone, right? That's often as bright as I go. I don't bring it all the way up to a white. But that's my own personal choice. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, painting black, you're doing black wrong if you do it that way, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. It's kind of statement. No, I dig it. I mean, using blue to highlight black feels a bit more, I dare I say, realistic, as opposed to a gray, especially because it keeps the model feeling cooler. It doesn't feel like you're moving the whole model into gray. Because imagine, like, well, I mean, all you got to do to know what this would look like if you'd have gone with grays is take the picture and then make this black and white. And that'll give you an idea of how that model would feel. Whereas with the blue, or why I like turquoise, is because it keeps it feeling darker without getting too gray feeling. Which is why I stay that way. And it is a pretty old technique for painting black. And I just really prefer painting black that way, is using a darker tone. Now for myself, the recipe I like to use is Abaddon black, and then go 3-to-1 or even 2-to-1 of Incubi Darkness to up to a pure Incubi Darkness. And then I might go Dark Reaper and then mix Dark Reaper with Sotek Green and use Sotek Green just at the highest points. Really don't go further than Sotek Green for black. If I want to keep black nice and black, I have painting tutorials on painting black, or whatever direction it is. I can't see my screen. This way? Yeah. I mean, I have, oh wait, you know what? I put those behind members now. A lot of my fresh tips, for anybody who's wondering, yeah, a lot of my fresh tips, they're moving towards members. So any future painting tutorials that I put out, because response is so low, that I'm most likely just going to put them as members only. So only members are going to get to enjoy my painting tutorials. That of course also goes for patrons. Same thing, essentially. There's two different ways. I know some people prefer to stay within YouTube or, you know, whatever particular ecosystem they are. But yeah, I mean, if Twitch offered video hosting, like good video hosting, I would do it, but it doesn't stay long. But yeah, thank you, James, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Ooh. Next, or check comments here. Where the hell am I? Old man, amen, brother. Yeah. Defending the blade is part of the arm. Is it? Is it like the scything talon? George. Brought to you by Rev Monkey King. Sophie, wow, nice work. I like it. Yeah. Ghost Starman. Can't wait for the Votan range to come out. Might have mentioned here before, but that I want to devote the Land Fortress to Chaos and give it Defiler legs. The Hecaton Land Fortress with the Defiler's legs. That'd be kind of cool. Like replace the because it's got wheels, and put the legs there, or are you talking about like having the legs and then having like the chassis sitting on top of that? Either way, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting. Next email is from Legion. It's Vulcan. Hello, Kris and Monkeys. I tackled a Vulcan He-Stand model that for years stood dormant on the to-be-painted later shelf. Bought it nearly 10 years ago and could never do it justice until now. Best regards from Germany at Legion Miniatures. Let's have a look. Ooh, I like it. I like the colors. I mean, his Legion, his Salamanders models are just really nice. The gold wreath on his halo. Did you use purple in the gold? It's a nice touch. Give you that antique gold look. Yeah, that's an old school move. I dig it. I like old school. Yeah, you got a little bit of purple in the blade, and then you're using a bit of purple in the gold. Yes. And then a little bit of purple in the cloak. Nice. These are all good moves. Kris approves of these moves. These are all good moves. Yeah. Because, okay. The reason why I like a lot of these moves, there's a lot of old school painters that do this kind of stuff. And painters today as well do this kind of stuff. But I like the little hints of purple in there because it plays so nicely with the green of the armor. And the green of the armor goes up to a yellow. And that works really, really well. Because that light green and that light purple, they're complementary, right? Yellow and purple. And they make the colors pop and become very, very vibrant. And I approve. I like vibrant colors. I'm not into desaturated colors. I'm not into very realistic tones, which is probably why I'm not really into Lord of the Rings models, because the color palette is just so flat. And they go for those natural color values, like realism, right? And on the tabletop, it just looks flat and it looks dull. Whereas this guy on the tabletop, I'll bet you can't miss it. Because that striking purple, that vibrant saturated purple, the armor that goes to that nice dark values up to almost a yellowish value on the armor next to each other, it looks fantastic. And I bet you in person, this looks vibrant as hell. Yeah, that looks good. I like your treatment of the gold. I like that. I approve. Going for that that old school antique gold and using that little spot of purple in there. Nice choice. Yes. Now, one tiny criticism, the tiniest of criticisms, and this is just me being a stickler, but purity seals, in my opinion, should always be red. I know that's a dumb thing to say, but yeah, for my money, purity seals should always be red. But I mean, like, even on a model like this where it's, you think, oh, the little spots of red would look weird. But no, because you do it for the eyes, right? And the purity seals being red, like if you do it like a desaturated red, like if you use like Wazdaka red in Citadel range, which is like a desaturated deep red, it works really, really well. And in fact, I think I've shown it in a few videos. Basically just use Wazdaka red and Agrax Earthshade as your base, and then you can mix like what's the next color from Wazdaka? Corn red? Yeah, corn red. And then add like a little bit of Ushabti bone to that, and it gives you that small highlight color. And yeah, just so it's not so saturated like Mephiston red. Mephiston red is a nice deep saturated red as opposed to Wazdaka red. Is it Wazdaka red? Am I getting the deep colors mixed up? Or it's corn red I'm thinking of, right? Yeah, Mephiston and corn. Sorry, so corn red with Agrax on top of it for the seals. I don't know. I like the idea. I like the look of the red wax purity seals. And I've seen them on plenty of miniatures, even other Citadel miniatures, like painted by Games Workshop. And they'll paint them, greens, purples, all sorts of different colors. And for me, Space Marines, purity seals, they should always be red. I know it's one of those dumb things, but yeah, for me, I don't like the look of blue, purple, green. Pick the color other than red and paint it to look like wax. I know wax can be in many different colors. I know, but that's my tiny little brain at work. Anyway, Ghost of Starman, probably gonna attach the legs where the wheels go normally. Yeah. I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of fun. I think if you kept the legs more angular, so it felt like heavier, whereas if you had the legs kind of just sticking out, straight out from the vehicle, I think that would look kind of goofy. Whereas if the legs look like, it's taking the full weight and they're in full like bend, you know what I mean? And yeah, sure. I mean, like, go for it, man. Go for it. Nathaniel, purity seals on Blood Angels are usually green. Yeah, but see, the thing is that you can still create that separation from red purity seals and red armor, because blood angels are typically painted in a more saturated red, and if the purity seals are not as saturated deep red, and especially if you're going with blood angels that you highlight upwards of oranges, right? Because it gets warmer, and if you keep the purity seals desaturated and up to more of a pale highlight, there's plenty of separation there. And again, I've done it on a few models where I've done the red armor and then did the red purity seal. And again, for me, purity seals should always be red. They should always be red. A desaturated red, like red wax, right? And whenever you see depictions of purity seals, like in the artwork and stuff like that, or even when people are making purity seals, they're always red, right? There's a reason for it, because it's that red wax, because it's that that imagery of the official seal of the king kind of thing, right? Where it's a red wax and they put their seal on it, right? That's the imagery that device invokes, is that it's that official seal. But anyway, that's just me and my own hangups. Legion, I normally do red purity seals, but I wanted to continue the color transition from the blue scales to a purple to a violet in the seals, but red could also work on the triangle and the color in the eyes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I'm again, I'm not telling you to repaint those seals. Leave them; they're fine. But I mean, like, you don't bat an eye painting that lens red on the green armor, right? And so painting the seals a different color, like, all you have to do is just desaturate the color, right? Which is why I highly recommend a lot of times people go for, just try it out for, as you know, as a learning experience, to work monochromatically. Just work within one color, red, blue, green, whatever. Pick the color, but only go by, you know, highlights using white and shadows using black. So just those three colors, a red and a black and a white, and that's it. And, you know, work within that color palette. You know, now you can shift the colors slightly, you know, without going too far. So for example, if you went with red and you wanted to differentiate the color a bit, you can always work with desaturation or saturation. It's better to always start with a really saturated pigment, of course, but you could also shift towards more yellows, or you can shift towards more blues, right? Just a bit, not too far, not so far that it starts to look like, if you add more blues, it starts to look more purple or magenta, too magenta, or, you know, yellows shifting too far to oranges, right? You don't want to shift too far. So it's very, very subtle to move along the scale like that versus, you know, in a more, you know, north-south kind of direction, right? Lighter to darker kind of thing. And then, of course, you can also work within saturation as well, right? Very desaturated, very saturated, and working with the same color, you know. Again, there's many ways to play with color, and even with on a miniature, painting within a monochromatic space is insightful as hell, and it also enforces you to consider creating those separations. So if you're going for, you know, if it's the model is predominantly supposed to be like a red, or you're painting within a red, and you want the armor to be very saturated, but say the belts and the holsters or the backpack and, you know, the trim, you want to be less saturated or slightly darker, or, you know what I mean? Like, again, you can go all over the place, just playing within the realm of one color, just one color, and you can go all over the place. Yeah. Anyway. Kim, I also see the seals purple or magenta, sometimes red, but mostly the two other colors. Yeah, again, for me, like, it's probably the old school gamer in me, because purity seals were always red, no matter what. And I can't remember where the hell it was that I first noticed that the purity seal was done in a different color. I think it was like a green. I want to say it is a Blood Angels model, like 2nd edition or 3rd edition in the Blood Angels. And yeah, I noticed a different color of a purity seal. I was like, ugh. Immediately turned me off of different colors of purity seals, seeing it on a Blood Angel, and it's green, a green purity seal. I was, ugh. No. I mean, you can just work within the red space and just desaturate the color. Like, you don't have to shift it to a complementary color, or even, you know, an adjacent color, right? You can just stay within the realm of red, especially if it's red armor and red purity seal. Yeah, you just desaturate the color, right? But anyway. Ghost of Starman, heading off to dinner now since it's kind of late here. See you around. See ya, Roundall. Roundall? Roundall? What time we at? Holy shit, we're 12 minutes OT. I got one more email to do. Oh, last one's from Kim, too. Cool. One last email. This is from our buddy Kim. Here's another email from me. I have finished my BMW i8 kit, and I put a few models I painted, and my first Gundam. I did some scribing on the new panel lines on him and painted him. Best regards, Kim. How many pictures you... Oh, okay. It's not too bad. Oh, I like the flames. Now, I think I seen this one. You posted on Discord. Yeah, I really like the work on the flames. I really like that. Up on the shoulder area, I really like how you handled the color there. It gets really deep yellow or bright yellow in some of the crevices, and it gets really darker out on the ends of the fingers. I really like that, man. I really like that. Ooh, typhus. There we go. Covered in nurglings. He should have more nurglings. If I was a plague marine, I'd want to be typhus. And he's just got a cool title. The Harbinger of Death? Is that it? No, Harbinger of Disease? Herald? Anyway. Epic Land Raiders. Did you put a transfer on there? You silly mother. You slapped the transfer on there? That's really good, man. That's really good. I don't know if you really need to chip with actual metals. I think in epic scale, I don't think you really need to use metallics. I think you can get away with just doing like a fake non-metallic metal. Go with dark grays up to a light gray to almost a white. Just at corners and stuff to give that impression of metal. Ooh, panel lining. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Chipped armor, Space Wolves. Very good. The barrel drilled out. I like the Land Raider, man. It's really good. And people say, you know, like back in the day, the details on these models, like because like the old Land Raider, right? The old plastic Land Raider for 40K, it's this level of detail. It's really hard. It's really hard to tell the epic from the 40K version. Yeah, really cool. Is there a body in the trunk? Noise. Oh, really nice work on the interior. Is the symbol freehanded or is that a transfer as well? Because that skull on the other side, it looked really clear and like clearly defined, whereas this looks like it's Imperial Fist. What made you dust off the old epic models to paint up? Yeah, see, like you can't tell that's not the 40K version. The details are so soft. Yeah, really nice work on the flames, man. The way these photos are arranged, it feels very ADD. It's Gundam. It's model kits. It's epic. It's 40K. It's Warhammer. It's Warcry. It's like the feed of a schizophrenic. It's fantastic, though. Don't get me wrong, Kim. It's fantastic. But yeah. It's like somebody with ADHD. And if you actually have ADHD, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying. It's obvious. All right. Any last comments? Words of wisdom? Thoughts? Old Man Logan, Kris, earlier in the show, everyone is painting this model the same. Later, purity seals should be red. Right, but that's a detail. That's not the whole model. And I mean, like when you look at purity, you would type in Google purity seals. What color do they show up? Like the first 10 images. Here, let's try it. Okay, first 10 images. Purity seals. Bang. Look at that. Red. First, how many images? I want to show you my thing here. Look at that. Red. 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 A little bit of green on the right there. Red. 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 Have we seen a green or a different colored one? Red. 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 Gotta make sure fucking not showing anything that I shouldn't be showing. Oh, there we go. On the left. Green. WARHAMMER Fantasy LARP. Red and green. Or bluish. Hard to say. But yeah. There you go. Red, 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 red. Dark red. Light red. Bright red. Dark red. Oh, there's another one. Blue. Purest purity seal. Okay. Blue and red. Oh, these ones are kind of pink on the left over here. Black and red. Oh, because I think they're painting it. So it goes black, then red. Red, 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 red. Again, you guys can try this for yourself. Type in purity seal, purity seals, plural, into Google, and you tell me what color purity seals are. Are they red? Is it me being a stickler? I mean, yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, again, for me, purity seals. When I think of purity seals, they're red. Kim, it's fucking Gmail to scramble them. I have them in order when I send them. Oh, we're blaming Google. Old Man Logan, pretty limiting though, don't you think? For a tiny detail like that. I mean, do we lose our shit if bolt gun metals, if bolt guns are not painted metal, like, or dark grays? Like if you painted the bolt barrel of a bolt gun red, yellow, does that not like stand out to a person, right? If you painted what you typically perceive to be a certain material, right? Now, I mean, if you were going about it and to deliberately draw the attention to that detail, sure, right? If that detail is of importance, that the eye should be drawn to it. So, for example, if the purity seals, there was something special about the purity seals, or the fact that the purity seals are there and you painted them to stand out from the rest of the object, sure, right? I mean, that's a choice, but for the most part, I mean, no, there's certain elements within these models. Again, that's why I don't get these ideas that miniature painting and painting of Warhammer models as some high art form when it's more akin to paint by numbers, because there's certain elements that always get painted a certain way. For me, purity seals falls in that category. That purity seals are always, like, for me, I'll always paint purity seals in red. It's one of my hang-ups. I can't get out of it. But I mean, like, when you're painting a bolt gun, the barrel, is it not painted to look like metal, either in actual metallic paints or a non-metallic metal of grays, right? We always paint them in those values. So, yeah. Is it limiting? The entire art form, and I use air quotes, art form, is limiting. It is. It's not. That's why I have issue with when, you know, we try and consider miniature painting and painting of Space Marines as some high art form. I don't see it that way, and I find it quite laughable when people try to treat it like that. It's not. Kim, I've actually taken out all the Epic models. I'm going to paint up a handful of vehicles of them. Well, I seen you had posted some Space Marines and some Eldar. You should paint those too. And try to go for like the proper painting. Like doing the edge highlights on the armor and everything. Try that, man. I'd love to see your work. I would love to see that. It's been a while. I don't know if I've ever really tried to paint Epic that detailed, because back in the day, I'm pretty sure I base coated and then just dry brushed a light color, and that was it. Because I had Space Marines. I didn't have Eldar back in the day. I had Space Marines, Orcs, bit of Chaos. That's it. My Epic, my journey through Epic, like Space Marine and Titan Legions, yeah, it was mainly just the Imperium and Orcs. Because Titan Legions, I had the Imperator Titan, and I painted that like it was stone, like he was a big castle, literally. And the Orc one, did I paint them red? Fuck, I can't remember if I did them Evil Sons, because it just made more sense to me that big Gargants would be Evil Sons. Or did I paint them Bad Moons? I might have painted the Bad Moons like in the box, or I might have painted them Evil Sons. I can't remember. But anyway, all the other models and stuff like that, yeah. Anyway. Old Man Logan. A low art form, maybe? I don't know about low. Low sounds like you're degrading it. I just don't consider it like a higher art form. And I realize that we're throwing in this hierarchy into something that's completely subjective. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And when you say, well, it is an art form, sure. Like many things are an art form. Sure. But again, we get into the discussion of, well, if everything is art, then what's art? Right? It's just like if everybody's special, then nobody's special. Right? It's that kind of argument. You end up falling into that kind of trap. Nathaniel, I think I turned red blind. All the seals looked brown to me. Well, you might need to recalibrate your monitor. If that's the case, you might have to recalibrate your monitor. If you type in purity seals into Google and go through the image search and they all look brown to you, yeah, either you're colorblind or your monitor needs to be recalibrated. If you know you're not colorblind. If you know you're not colorblind, yeah, you might have to recalibrate your monitor. Anyway. If you're brand new to this hobby, you want help with the color scheme, maybe you just want to show off what you're working on, feel free to use the hashtag WayOfTheBrush or send me an email, Kris@wayofthebrush.com. It is in the description below. If you're going to send pictures, send them as attachments in the email. Don't send it off as links to other sites because I won't do it. It's just because there's ads and stuff like that and it's annoying. Also in the description below is a link to wayofthebrush.com, central hub of all the silliness, has the links to all the social medias as well as Discord. Join us on Discord. It's a lot of fun. We keep the conversation rolling there, and there's plenty of stuff to peruse and talk about and everything like that. Only one rule in the Discord. Don't be a dick. That's it. That's the only rule. Don't be a dick. And you can talk about whatever you like. Well, within reason, of course, as long as you're not being a dick. And it doesn't negatively impact anybody. So, again, feel free. Also at wayofthebrush.com is t-shirts. Want to get yourself a t-shirt? Look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this world. They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And if you purchase yourself a shirt, send a picture of yourself in your shirt. I will add it to the Monkey Shrine, which is also at wayofthebrush.com, because it's nice to put a name to the face and a face to the name. You'll also find a link for Patreon. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, there's also the join button now. So feel free to click and select a tier that makes sense to you. And a huge thank you to everybody, and a huge thank you to all my patrons for their continued support, and to all you brand new ones as well. A huge, huge thank you. If you're not able to support monetarily, i.e. money, thumbing up the video, liking, following, subscribing, commenting, ringing the bell, all of that helps the channel as well. And all it takes is a couple clicks of a button, and you're helping me out a great deal. And a huge thank you to everybody who does that. Big thank you to Carl, Guymere Alfer, Beer and Blood Bowl. It's his YouTube channel. Check it out if you love yourself some beer, you love yourself some Blood Bowl. Beer and Blood Bowl is where it's at. We always take time to thank Carl, even though he is no longer with us, for taking the time out of his busy day to create the email jingle that plays before the email segments of the show. It's always much love to Carl. And of course, speaking of love, much love to my baby brother Evan for creating the intro, outro music that plays the begin and end of the show. It's always much love to my baby bro Evan. And of course, if you're into rare comics, rare EB Comics, it's in the description below. Rare comics, people. Or if you're into beefcakes, like Sophie, you can follow him on Instagram as well. He posts a lot of workout images and him trying not to skip leg day and stuff like that. So if you feel like drooling over some beefcake, yeah, I'm fine with pimping out my brother. If you're into ogling men, like Sophie, then yeah, feel free to follow him on Instagram. If you're into staring at men and big manly men. Old Man Logan, true, but characterizing it as paint by numbers seems a bit degrading to me, but what do I know? Well, how else do you describe it? If somebody was brand new, okay, think about it this way. If somebody was brand new to this hobby and you were trying to present it in a honest and realistic fashion, how else would you describe that process? Because so many times do you see so many recipes for people to follow how to paint a certain area, a certain detail, certain colors, right? It's a paint by numbers kind of process. It's step by step, right? How else do you describe that? What is there another name for paint by numbers? I honestly can't think of one. One that doesn't, that the statement paint by numbers isn't more apt. I mean, if you know, please let me know. Anybody, that's not just Old Man Logan. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to all of you. All y'all. All y'all. Yeah. The miniature painting hobby in itself is paint by numbers. So what other term could you use that is better describes the whole process? Please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Sophie, have a fun hobby weekend, peeps. Nathaniel, bye, see ya. See you on Discord or next time on a live stream. Yeah. Discord, if you want to keep a conversation rolling, Discord, join us on the Discord. Sophie, the paint by numbers stuff are fun to do. They are. I'm not saying paint by numbers is not fun. I did paint by numbers when I was really young. My mother used to buy me the art supply kits, and they had the little cups of paints, and you had your little brush, and you had your little illustration board, and it had all laid out in the little numbers, and you just pop the thing, boop, 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 and you painted by numbers. It was an oil paint set. And I loved it, and it was fun, and it's what got me excited about painting and everything like that, was those old paint by number kits. I used to do a bunch of them, along with my model kits. In fact, I think my mother was just trying to keep me distracted with a lot of shit, now that I think about it. I did that same shit to my kids. My daughter still draws. Yeah, she used to get out of hand. Yeah, just throw markers and, makeup and shit like that at her. Here, have fun, do that. And of course, you can't complain though when, somebody's drawing on your walls. You can't complain because you encouraged it. So it's like, it's kind of your fault. It is your fault. So, you can't get mad at them. And my walls, her door, like her room, yeah, covered in fucking writing and drawings and shit like that all over the place. So I just left it. I said, yeah, whatever. Son, when he was small, he expressed a really great talent for drawing. Yeah, he was like, even at preschool, he was drawing, like, when you draw a stick figure, when you see kids drawing stick figures, right? The arm is like a curved line, and you know what I mean? And the hands have like these crazy Freddy Krueger type, fingers and everything like that. But he was drawing like the elbow, and he would draw the joint, the shoulders, where the points connected. And he was drawing that within proportion. And I thought, man, this fucking guy he's gonna, he'll surpass me as far as drawing ability and, capacity for creativity. Then he got into sports, and then that all just fucking disappeared. Anyway. Old Man Logan, good question. Yeah, good question. What was a good question? If I asked something that was really good, please remind me, because, you know. Anyway. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next time. Or maybe not. Rob, most likely. But who knows? Who knows? Oi, geez Louise. No Mercy Mike is now following. Thank you, No Mercy Mike. You got in under the wire. Thank you. Thank you. Here. It's all good now. It's all good. You're here now. You can relax. You're here. Oh, shit. It's gone. No Mercy Mike, have a great day. Yeah, you joined at the right time, right at the very end of the show, right as I finished my tagline. And yeah. All right. Let's go.